Hey, there was another thought storm last night, but and it was even longer than the previous two nights, but it wasn't so dark. It was just like a lot of blah blah blah, like a filibuster. And I wasn't distressed by it. It was just like, I hear you. I can't stop you from chattering. Go ahead if you want. I'm surprisingly not that tired either. I thought I would just be exhausted today, but I'm pretty fine. Generally feeling indeterminate. It's like I can't put a word to it, like a emotion or state of being. It's just, yeah, almost like like sort of the filter of what's quote unquote beautiful and what's ugly. Um, that kind of dropped to some extent. And the filter for determining emotions, like, oh, that's sad, oh, that's happy, oh, that's expectant, oh, that's um, if it really goes in one direction, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I think that's sadness. Um, and every now and then it'll be like, oh no, I need to make this feeling stop. And it's like, oh wait, why do I need to make this feeling stop? What is this feeling? And then usually I feel into it, and either it intensifies or it dissipates or it just hangs around, like the sort of gut burning. I spent at least a couple hours with the gut burning last night, and it's just as strong as ever. But that happens sometimes. It happened with my heart for quite a while, like months. Um, I can't honestly say that's not a little bit annoying. I guess I guess I should feel into the annoyance. I'm not going to do that on camera, but I should probably do that. Um, but anyway, yeah, I was thinking last night about how as humans, as mammals, as conditioned beings, I think we're always going to kind of enjoy validation to some extent. But here's the difference. If if the validation is something that, well, if you identify as a flawed being that needs constant validation to feel worthy, to feel okay, then that's a losing game. Because what happens is like you build a staircase in front of yourself, and they're like, all right, if I get to the top of that and get that validation, then I'll be okay. And then you get up there and you're like, oh shit, okay, I got to build another staircase. You build the staircase, you're like, okay, when I get to the top of that, then I'll be okay. And then you get to the top. It's the same fucking mechanism over and over and over again. It never stops. As long as you identify as somebody who needs validation to be okay, or needs a certain kind of validation or a certain level of validation to feel okay, because it's never going to end. It doesn't. You see billionaires still trying to feel okay. It's really sad. Um, so what can happen if you stop identifying as the flawed one that needs validation to be okay? What can happen is you throw out all the staircases. You just get off of Sisyphus Mountain. Um, they said one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Sisyphus can only be happy if, I got nothing. I don't know where I was going with that. Um, yeah, being compelled to push a boulder up over and over. In a sense, I guess if you can learn to love pushing boulders and watching them fall and taking in the atmosphere and enjoying your time and maybe inviting some friends to push boulders with you. I don't know. I'm kind of going off track here. Point being, um, yeah, get off. It is possible to just get off Sisyphus Mountain where um, you throw away all of the staircases. You just crumble them all into dust and free fall into um, whatever's happening. Define it as fine, and then maybe every now and then you get a little shot of validation, and it's nice. It's nice in the way that good food is nice, or a nice scent on the breeze is nice, but you don't need it. You don't. It doesn't define you. It doesn't. You're not identified with it. It's fun to get little notifications, and maybe somebody's really resonated with something that you said, and that feels nice. That's connection, you know. Obviously, my YouTube channel is extremely rinky-dink and it's kind of aggressively not marketed, or I'm not trying to do anything I don't want to do. Let's put it that way. Like when I was marketing my book, I did a lot of things I didn't really want to do. And when that doesn't work, it feels terrible. So if I don't need to sell a book, then I can just, do things that I enjoy. Um, I mean, obviously, some people have more of a need to hustle than others, just given their circumstances. So I'm not judging that at all. But if it's possible, I mean, the thing is, it's one thing to hustle for, "Well, I need cash right now." That's honest, that's fine. It's quite another thing to hustle for, "If this thing succeeds, then I'm okay. If I get this many clicks, if I get this many comments, then I'm relevant, I'm important, I'm real. Otherwise, I'm nobody and I'm unimportant and I'm alone and I'm pathetic and it's like all these judgments that are so harsh and these binaries that are so stark. Um, even people who are living a pretty, I mean, like, let's say, unawakened life can get bored with praise for something. I mean, like, a movie star or whatever. Like, "Oh, I love your movies." I mean, if you're a really big movie star, you probably get tired of hearing that, right? You're like, "Man, what can I do now to uh, to really prove myself?" Because I did the actor thing, whatever. But if being an actor is about being praised, even that gets bored. Even adoration gets boring, I'm sure, because it's not personal. It's not about you. It's They're probably projecting something onto you. What's real is spending chill time with good folks, and that can be harder if you're rich and famous, to be honest. Not always. I mean, I see nice pictures of like actors from various Star Trek television series, like making a casual dinner together. I bet that's fun. They have some nice stories to tell. But, telling those stories probably gets boring after a while too. And it's just like, it's just life. It's just tea and trees and friends and how you relate to it and how you relate to yourself. And we're all on kind of a more level playing field on that count, just materially. You don't need $1 billion to um, figure out a new way to relate to yourself and have a chill time with good people. What's really dangerous is when like a famous person or a rich person gets bought into the idea that they're superior to others. Because I mean, that's got to be, first of all, it's not true. So that's cognitive dissonance. But also, it's got to be lonely because it's like, oh, I can only interact with people who are on my level. And then those people are a bunch of insecure, like, um, status conscious people as well. And so it's always like, okay, who's higher on the totem pole right now? And you're going to have sycophants and grifters and um, opportunists, vampires surrounding you, wanting what they can get from you. And it just sounds exhausting. But if you're kind of like splashing around, playing in life, down at the down on the ground, not trying to climb some infinite mountain of your own creation, but just like I'm here, I'm fine, this is it. Um, then validation can be like just like a little bump, like a good piece of cake or something, you know. It's fine. It's fine to want it. It's fine to get it. But if you're not defined by it, then it doesn't become an obsession. It doesn't become a never-ending loop. This YouTube channel, in a way, is a an exercise in not getting much validation because I'm not gonna play the game. And maybe I will later. Who knows what the hell is gonna happen later? But at the moment, I'm not playing the game of like professional thumbnails and content targeted to anyone but myself. If somebody else gets something out of it, it's complete coincidence. And it's just like, it's just my little thing. And I like getting comments, I like getting views, but like it doesn't ruin my day if I don't, you know? Just like reach out and offer something unconditionally that I enjoy doing. So like there's no downside. So I guess what I'm trying to say is don't feel bad if you still enjoy or even, I mean, sometimes I imagine, my novel being a bestseller or whatever. Um, that's fine too. But it's not like I understand completely that here and now that's an idea, has no substance, no reality, no importance. Um, and I have no control over whether it'll happen or not, other than finishing the novel and trying to get it published. Um, but what happens from there is almost completely out of my hands. There's so much. luck involved. You can, believe me, I've done it. You can bust your ass for years and not get the sales numbers that you were hoping for, even though I think I wrote a pretty good book. And my novel is about like getting me out of the funk of, did I really do that conditionally? Like, why do I feel like I need it to be a success? And part of it was, of course, I just want to educate the world about Palestine. They deserve to be known better than they are. They're just caricatured as, well, you probably know if you read any American or European media, they're all either victims or perpetrators. Nobody's just a person like you and me, better than you and me in many, many cases. But there was a personal aspect as well. Like, I wanted to be, at the time, I wanted to be somebody who was relevant, somebody who was important, somebody who was successful in, conventionally successful. And that is a recipe for unhappiness because it's out of your hands. Everything's out of your hands. I mean, like, okay, you can be an entrepreneur, you can try to build a business, you can go for a surefire investment technique, whatever you need to do, you think you want to do to be conventionally successful. Um, but at the end of the day, you could get hit in the head and you can't use your medical degree, or you could um, figure out that it's fucking another scam, another investment scam that you've fallen for, and everything's gone. Or of course, most businesses fail. I think, if I remember that right. So really, that part of things is largely, if not entirely, out of your hands. So if you're defining yourself by that, and then of course, even if you get it, then you got to build the next stair step and climb that. If you're still identified with a flawed person who needs XYZ to be okay. So yeah, when validation becomes like as important as a piece of candy, comes and goes. It's nice, it's sweet, but then it's gone. Doesn't matter. Um, Life's a lot more sustainably joyful.